So what do you think you would have had to do if you had a 6th turn?
If I had a 6th turn to go for the win, I would drive this forward 12 inches and tank shock them. I would turn it. I would tank shock it, doing 2 things.
Well, you couldn't. You can't turn, right?
You get 1 initial turn.
Well, but if I'm next to you, you can't.
True. So I would probably only tank shock about 7 inches, which would put him about here. 3 inches to contest that, and still does what I need to do. Hopefully they would have broke. Maybe you would have rolled one of those 11s or 12s with all those stupid high numbers you rolled all game.
Right.
And then that would be amazing. They would run for the hills. I would contest this one, and then these guys would actually move and run to hold 2, and then you would hold 2, and I would hold 2, and I would get a tie.
Right.
Is what I would be going for. Or, which is really all I could do. I couldn't get a victory.
Right.
Maybe, actually.
Lots of bad dice rolls. Lots of good dice rolls for me, bad dice rolls for you.
Yeah, I could force a tie, that would be it, and I would have to do some surviving from some incoming firepower.
Well, and one would argue all I do is go 6 inches here
Well,
and
if I'm
contest that.
spread like that, then yeah. Yeah, then you'd be...
And then I would start shooting you at that point.
I think it was, I don't think, like I said, it would have taken an insane amount of luck to do, any of those to win. They probably would have had to break so that these guys would be free to move and still shoot.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I think it's too stacked against me. Like you said, you could come here and then you would still...
I had a lot of psi cannon fire, which would have shot at you and stuff.
You would still win. I'm pretty sure that this was in the bag for you a while ago. It all started... the Storm Raven going down was annoying, but wasn't the problem. It was what happened with it. The Dreadnought, that was huge. Rolling a 6 to glance him, followed by another 6 to immobilize him. Anything else, I could have lived with.
Right.
But he's front armor 13. Against your Grandmaster and your guys, you had 1 hammer.
Right.
And
1 strength 10 hammer.
1 strength 10 hammer if you'd gotten hammer hand off. If I didn't shut it down with my psychic.
Right.
And the Dreadnought wouldn't have cared about the psychotrope grenades and wouldn't have cared about the rad grenades. And the hammer's going to go after the Dreadnought.
Right.
He's going to hit that unit on 3s with the Sanguinar standing next to him. He's going to have a lot of attacks to do it. And you've got a crappy 5-up invul. Odds are he would have gotten all the way to and probably torn the hammer apart because he would have kept
going. Yeah.
Kept going, which means then your Grandmaster would stand there and just wait for his death.
So
that was probably actually the biggest thing. Immobilizing these on glancing hits and getting this and the other one that was right here, that was big too because I still, even at that point in time, if these were mobile, it was 18 inches and 18 inches, and you wouldn't be holding those objectives. We'd be contesting them,
right?
And actually
would have had to actually fight them.
I could have fought harder for a tie or a win. The Sanguinar taking 3 wounds in 1 round of close combat and failing all 3 saves, just like that.
Pretty ridiculous.
Also bad since it's a
really ridiculous
3-up save. Even more crippling than that, though, was. Well, you saw it. The honor guard losing most of the honor guard, including the priest, to dangerous terrain rolls.
That was
and then
so insane.
2 naders as well. And 5 guys dying out of 15 guys who charged. A third of them dying to rolls of 1s, and most of them had invuln saves.
Right. Yeah.
Or almost half of them. Sorry, almost half of them had invuln saves. That was supremely. I mean, I don't know.
More than half of them had invuln saves. If you count the 6 up on the chapter champion.
True. So.
Blood champion, I guess is what it technically is.
That was bad.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad dice roll. We need to do a rematch of this game. Who do you think was your MVP? All things considered.
That's hard.
Maybe that unit right there, since it's still alive and killed the Dread Knight.
And maybe the Land Raider.
The Land Raider.
It did whatever it wanted to do.
I'm gonna have to say probably my
The Storm Raven. You know what? It went away fast, but it shot down your other Storm Ravens. So.
It did. It did shoot down my other Storm Raven. Yep.
I don't know. It was a hard game for me to have MVPs because those two things I just named out, nobody's going to look at those and go, oh yeah, they stood out.
Right. Well,
that shows you when you're like, oh yeah, this was my MVP. It's like, I don't really see what they did very good. So
I think my librarian was probably mine. I think that the worst was probably the Storm Raven that got shot down.
Yeah, your Grandmaster was pretty good too. Your Grandmaster's grenade belt.
Yes, him throwing his Batman belt was pretty amazing.
He's pretty meh, but that grenade belt of amazingness is pretty good. But yes, your librarian with that one turn alone where he just, like we were talking about, he killed a third of the assaulting force with one power.
It was ridiculous.
Single-handedly saving the Dreadnought to be killed later, crippling the Nader advance.
Yeah, he was gross.
Wiping out the Honor Guard because of it. 'Cause yeah, I mean, think about it. If he hadn't done that, the Honor Guard would have not only killed the Dreadnought, they would have killed him first before taking any casualties.
Right.
Which means
that this group of Terminators would have had to go after them instead of getting into the combat.
Right. They would have had to fight there. And, you roll without grenades and stuff that are going to let you reroll the hit. You rolled a couple of those. It was like, you didn't hit that much. You're not going to kill that many guys. No. It starts getting dangerous. So.
Yeah. I think that if I could bring this again, I like the Dreadknights. I don't know, man. They were 270 points a piece. That's a lot of points to bring for the Dreadnought. I think I might keep one, take the other one out, and add in some more Terminators, maybe some more Paladins, and maybe a Vindicare Assassin. I think a Vindicare would be really useful in this game. I don't really have, I can't really do it, but I would love to have arm swaps on some of these guys. There's a lot of guys that have swords that shouldn't have swords, and I would really like to have a couple of guys with the Brotherhood banner. Because that thing, I mean, you can take, as far as I can tell, you can take as many Brotherhood banners as you want, and everybody who has a Brotherhood banner gets +1 attack in the unit.
Pretty retarded.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, that's way better than Falchion's.
Yeah, for the same points, guys?
Yeah. Well, 25 points to bring a banner, and Falchion's like 5. I think it's 5 to bring Falchion's.
For Terminators?
For Paladin, it's 5. For Terminators, it might be 10. The other powers are better. The other 3 weapon combos are better. I mean, +1 attack with a Falchion, great. That's just awesome. So great for you. Versus bringing a sword, so you have a better invuln, or bringing a halberd, so you swing at initiative 6, or bringing a hammer, so you're doubled your strength.
Those are all free.
Those are all free, and if you have a librarian who has Quicksilver, all of a sudden you could have a hammer, a demon hammer, swinging at initiative 10.
No, he still
swings initiative 1.
He's still 1, but you don't have to worry about bringing guys with halberds.
That's true.
Because you could go and bring the sword and get the better invuln.
I still would bring the Falchions in a lot of cases. I think the Falchions really helps. That's what I meant. The halberds, not the Falchions. Falchions are terrible. They're awful. Yeah, we need to do a rematch. This was bad because of dice rolls. It was a bad look at which way would be better. I mean, the Sanguinar should have stuck around at the very least. You shouldn't have lost 5 guys to 5 ones in a row with dangerous terrain. I shouldn't have. I don't think ultimately. I don't think that the 2 immobilized on a 6s mattered, because pretty much the same turn I blew them up with other firepower. I think that
you assaulted this one.
I did assault that one, which I would have assaulted him anyway.
But you wouldn't have auto hit him because he was immobilized.
You're right. But I did roll 1/6 anyway, which still would have been a pin.
Would have been a hit, but you were only strength 5. You'd have to roll boxcars.
You're right. It may have made a difference there, but I don't think it would have. I don't think ultimately it would have made a difference, because I have 2 Psy Cannon guys over here, which would have blown it up.
Hey.
I do think that would have happened. Hey. I don't think that mattered nearly as much as I think that mattered.
Oh no,
that was huge.
I won't dispute that.
That was huge.
That was monstrous. That was worse than the Sanguinar dropping right away.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was really bad, but I don't know if it's worse than the Sanguinar dropping.
Let's play it again when this doesn't happen, and we'll see.
We'll have a rematch of this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. Let us comment. Let us know what you think. Okay. Are we on?
Now we're filming.
Now we're filming. Were we filming before or something?
No.
Okay. All right. So move these guys over here and pop them out. This thing moved over 6, so it's not going to shoot itself. These guys moved over here this way. Move these guys around, and of course those guys are in close combat. We're going to run with those guys. 1 inch. Should have just stood there and shot with them. These guys are going to shoot with their, they have side-bolt ammunition. They're going to shoot into that thing. And 6s. 1 6 is a glance. Glancing, I immobilize you.
Oh my hell.
Ridiculous.
Sicky rolling 6s on glancing hits.
And here's the 2 side cannons. I hit twice, needing 4s. 1 glance, glancing, weapon destroyed, which is already destroyed, so it's immobilized.
Okay, that's... Your glancing hits have done more to me this game than your penetrating hits. They've messed me up worse.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. My glancing hits have
There's a glancing hit that made the Dreadnought stand there instead of killing your Grey Knights, which I think he would have done very well. Because he doesn't care about rad or psychotrope grenades. It's a glancing hit. Immobilizing this one and this one right now, huge, because it's towards the end of the game and they're both fast vehicles, and I could get to this objective and that objective that those guys are running for, and force a tie.
Right. All right, well, we'll charge because we have to finish this thing off.
Well, now you hit it automatically because it's immobilized.
Yep. We'll hammer hand. That's cocked.
Roll another 6.
9, it'll pass. Just barely. Man, they like to play with danger. Oh, okay, so this is the pin. 1 pin and 2 glances. So the glances are mobilized, will destroy its weapon, and it's shaken, and it explodes for 6 inches. So that's everybody there. So here's your 2 guys. No wounds, and I've got 3 paladins and 4 guys.
Okay. 3 paladins. I get 1 of them.
1 save, it's fine.
And you said 4 other guys?
Yeah, all 4 of them in there. 2?
2.
Take it on, not the librarian. They're okay. So that's exploded. Across the floor. Alright, so hammer hand from the unit. Goes off, thank you. And hammer hand from the librarian. Goes off. So 2 halberds on the Thunderhammer. 1 hit, 1 wound, and one hammer on the other. Priest. Cocked. Wounds. So 1 on each.
Priest died. Hammer died too. Just
Consolidate. 1 inch. Okay. Your turn 5. Grey Knights are ridiculous. Dave's dice rolls are ridiculous. To be fair, I've glanced probably more average than I should have glanced.
well,
But
and you've certainly rolled more 6s on those glancing hits than anybody has a right to.
3.
In pivotal times,
Yes, you're right.
Dreadnought immobilized, or he would have been eating the Grandmaster and crew. He would probably be standing here now, running amok, destroying all sorts of things, and the Naders would be alive. The Sanguinar would be alive. It'd be a different game. We need a rematch. After I go home and flush these dice down the toilet.
Dave isn't really going to flush those dice down the toilet.
I might.
He's a little bit miffed at them right now. They're having an identity crisis, Dave. You've been playing demons with them too much.
Okay. These guys embark in the Land Raider. I think. I could fight stupid paladins. Fighting paladins makes my brain hurt. I'm gonna get that one. You're gonna get that one.
Right? Only the first
I'm gonna get this one. And that's it.
Yeah, the short move has to be impetuous. Okay. And I just have to move back to my...
Nope, the only chance I've got going for broke. We're not going dark. That's a lie.
Okay, coming after me.
I have to. So let's see if I get my Land Raider stuck. Don't.
It's a 6.
So I'm gonna go, I turn, I'm gonna go forward, I'm gonna tank shock 6 inches. That'll hit just the librarian unit. Go ahead and roll an 11.
They're fine, they'll get out of the way.
Okay.
I don't think anybody has line of sight.
Okay.
And he's not doing anything for a second.
All right, this guy's gonna like
I'm
that.
gonna skip this back just a little bit because I don't wanna.
Move the objective onto the top of it. Okay. Technically, I'll be an inch out, just like that.
And I've got a little visibility sight too in here. Actually, I got a discovery first. Actually, my side of visibility.
So you move up and take some pistol away shots at me. Some melted shots.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I got. That's what I got left.
I'm gonna cast Shrouding. Goes off on a 6. So
All right. Well, let's start with the Land Raider where you don't get any cover saves.
I do get a 6-up cover save if I want.
Go ahead and take it. It fires everything into not the paladins.
Not the paladins. Terminators in front, the troops.
Multi-melta.
Hits.
Good.
I like your dice, by the way, Dave. They are really, you can see them really easily on this. We're gonna roll. Unlinked. Nothing but 2.
Multi-melta.
Does wound.
Does what I needed to do. And no Wrens. So big pile of blech. So 1 that I'm sure you won't take on the librarian.
Yep.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, yeah.
All right, so 9 total, so the librarian has to take 1. Didn't roll a 1, so he's still alive. Here's the one that's going to smack a guy, but he's got his invone, so he's okay.
Librarian has to take 2, you only have 4 guys there. And I rolled 9 total.
Oh, you're right, I'm sorry, I apologize. I was thinking about that wrong. Librarian's fine on this 2 over there. And then I need to take 7, is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6. 6 on the squad for regular attacks. They're okay. 2, 5, 6, 2, 6.
And you made your invuln save too?
Yeah, I mean that was a 1 that I rolled. That was a 5.
That was dumb. Alright, Dreadnought, Stormbolter, and
Melta.
Melta. This time the white one will be the Melta gun.
Okay.
You suck.
Bless you. Cocked.
2
wounds. Not the librarian. Ooh, well, holy cow. 2 of them just died. Okay, we'll take that guy and that guy. You silly guys. Why would you do that?
Okay.
Since you killed them, you took one of my guys out of line of sight.
Okay.
So I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4 pistols and 2 Melta guns.
Okay.
Only missed by 2. What was your
Red ones are Meltans.
Yeah. It does let you react at the same time.
Okay, so 2 armor and 1 invuln.
Okay, so the invone's gonna go on, actually we're gonna take a cover because I had cast my shrouding. So we're taking a cover on him, so it's a 3-up cover because I have 4 up for the Land Raider and 3 up because of shrouding. So he's okay on that, and that was the invone, and the strength 8 AP1. 1 2-up, or 1 regular Stormbolter wound there. He's fine, and then 1 regular Stormbolter move there. He's okay. And they do need to take a morale test.
Go ahead and roll high again.
They're okay on a 5.
Now, if you will use a second.
That's it. That's what I got.
My turn 5.